It is highly important to work and understand the muscular system as a person in the area of sport, whether it's as a physiotherapist, an athlete, a manager, and so on, as understanding this could lead to an increased performance for all areas of sport and work. As an athlete, understanding the muscles and their functions in your body could lead to a huge performance increase that could be the difference between winning and losing, and we'll look into this throughout the presentation. As a physiotherapist, this knowledge is a must, as it is your responsibility to keep the athletes injury-free or assist in their recovery time, so a wide range of muscle knowledge would be needed. The muscular system is highly important for the body, as it assists with a number of different vital functions that are key in sporting scenarios. For example, the obvious function is movement, as muscles have the ability to contract, which allows many movements such as flexion, extension, circumduction, abduction, and adduction, just to name a few. This is clearly key in sporting scenarios, as movement is extremely important in almost any sport to allow people to reach/shoot for any ball or quickly run to any point. Furthermore, the muscular system also provides the body with the ability to breathe, which is clearly very important as the respiratory system contracts and relaxes to provide air to the lungs. As a result of this, long-distance runners are provided with the ability to consistently run without the loss of oxygen, as it is constantly being brought in and respired in the body through the muscles. Similar to this, the muscular system also has a parasympathetic nerve, which can restrict the flow of blood to help keep a natural blood pressure. This is highly important in sport, as high blood pressure will place unneeded strain on arteries in the heart. As seen in the picture of the rowers, the muscular system is also adapted to keep the body at a warm temperature through thermoregulation. This is created through the shivering of muscles as they quickly contract and relax, as this produces what is normally a wasted energy, heat, which can be seen through the steam released by the body. Due to this, the body is able to stay at a more stable temperature, especially during sports where at points you may be stood still until called into action, like football for example. This is very important, as without the muscular system allowing this, the body could slightly freeze and become less adaptive for movement needed when called into action. One vital function of this system can be related to the heart. As it consistently contracts as long as it is supplied with oxygen, as it is an involuntary muscle, meaning it happens without thought. In addition, this allows runners running a long distance to have a consistent supply of blood, which is vital when running a marathon, for example. Finally, the muscular system also maintains posture through partial contractions to maintain stability. Athletes like rugby players will also find that the muscular system's ability to maintain posture is key in supporting the framework of the body when tackled, keeping them protected from injury. Muscles need certain characteristics in order to be adapted to their function in the muscular system, and there are four main examples of this that muscles share. The first character we can look at is excitability, which is important for a number of different functions, including movement and heat production, as it is the ability to respond to neurons which can excite the muscles into a movement. This can be seen during reaction-based sports/positions, as the muscle is excited by a motor neuron after being stimulated, causing a reaction, for example a save in football or a catch in cricket. However, on the other hand, it can also be excited by a hormone, stimulating the muscle to contract and relax to produce heat, e.g. shivering. The next characteristic is extensibility, which is simply the ability for a muscle to extend for a movement, like flexion or extension, and therefore is clearly useful in sports where a lot of movement is needed, like rugby for example, as most players are expected to run throughout the match and therefore undergo movements such as flexion and extension. Contractility is also a characteristic and allows the muscle to forcefully shorten and contract, as it is always a pull. For example, in order to flex the elbow, your biceps brachii will shorten, as seen in the image above during a bicep curl. Finally, we have elasticity, which is the ability of a muscle to extend further out during a ballistic movement, like ballistic stretches for example, and then return back, hence the name elastic. This could be very important during either a standing or sliding tackle in football, as you may stretch out your leg as a ballistic stretch in order to reach the ball and tackle the opponent. However, your leg will be unable to remain in this position and length and return back to a more natural position.